Peace, peace. I'm Gracie Sleepy, and you can check out my ass in the background. I'm sorry, just moved into a new place. But I am here because I was stirred up about Gabby Douglas and her hair and all of the media hype surrounding her hair. This 16-year-old girl who is from Virginia, brown skinned, Olympic gold medalist who has been kicking ass, if I might add, or say so myself. Um, and basically, they're disrespecting her, calling her hair unkempt, nappy, uh, which really seems like a fruitless focus. Instead of focusing on her accomplishments, they're focusing on her hair. So, this poem I had written for a friend who's writing, I believe, his third book, entitled The Uncontrollable Colored. And really good friend of mine, he enlisted the help of me along with several other people of color to write on the topic of color. And so since I have had some strong opinions on being black, figured it was a perfect opportunity to write this piece. So this is to Gabby Douglas, and to all the Gabby Douglases out there who have felt the heavy weight from society because the way they choose to wear their hair, choose to live in general. So I have strong opinions on being black, opinions about my experience living while black. My opinions include questions, a whole lot of emotion, and many thoughts compiled. And as important as it is for me to express my own personal opinion about being black, it is also important for me to gain access to others that may share in similar opinions. Now, this brown skin I'm in, you see I'm brown. There's people that are darker than me, lighter than me, but I'm talking about me. This brown skin I'm in has been the topic of much controversy. Like, the shit that white girls say to black girls. Did you ever see that show? It's crazy. Or the shit that black preachers say to queer black boys. Or the shit that corporate offices say about black hair. And on this topic of hair, how should one's hair be any determination for litigation or propaganda? Freedom is for the living, is it not? Hair has freedom too, does it not? And the fact that a person's hair governs perpetual defense says much about those in positions to govern rules or opinions based on hair in the first place. And I'm fed up, and it pisses me off, and it makes me fucking sick, and I believe that it's blasphemous. It's my belief that some color-coded battles are going on. I mean, color societies battling in colorful warfare. And I say that because I've fought in such battles. I've been feasted on and have feasted upon savagely, the most heinous ways because of color. A direct sending of my black is better syndrome. I'm opinionated as if my black is better, more closely matching that which is black. Reminds me of a situation I had with a pale black girl while coming into my blackness or my coming of age. She made this sly ass comment. I was walking into this spot and I had my head wrapped really high. So I had an afro at the time. And she was like, "Wannabe Africans," looking like a fucking beehive on her head. What's she trying to do? Now, after her buffoonery towards my head wrap, my first defense was to cut the bitch. Not literally, really, but metaphorically, I wanted to cut her deep because I just felt like I didn't understand why she had to say that about my head wrap. And so my next step was, I two-pieced that bitch. I didn't punch her. I just said, "Shut the fuck up, white girl. You just mad because you ain't black like me." And y'all, her whole reaction was so disheartening. Like, I didn't expect her to react the way she did. Her reaction evoked sadness. Her reaction evoked sorrow. And, like, I actually regretted saying that to her. Reminders of the time I visited my family after going away to foster care and having them tell me that, Grace, you ain't black no more. Because in their words, I talk white. Now, how easy it was to create perceptions based on looking black enough, or not looking black enough, talking black enough, acting black enough, or to the exact opposite of that. As if there is a right way to be black. And whose place is it for anyone to share in correction of someone's blackness? Now, this is switching gears a little bit. I remember walking into the Midtown Scholar. It's this bookstore in Harrisburg. I was attempting to employ for the black people, for my people, and I asked the attendant for a fictional book that I had made up in my head just to see what he would say, that I called How to Be Black for Dummies, Volume 2. The attendant, who was working while black, appeared clearly perplexed, right? Just stared at me like that. He was like, blank eyes, mouth all closed up, never talking, only staring. So I obviously, I had to repeat myself. I asked him a second time, explaining that Volume 1 wasn't enough for me to really grasp my blackness. And I had to try to hold my laughter in. So I waited for him to respond, and he snickered, a little cautious. Then in his best speaking voice said, "Ma'am, we have no such books as that. I'm really sorry." I replied with this half menacing, half humor. Well, you know what? I must write one then, because we need to know how to be black. So we both laughed about the experiment as I let him in on my conquest, hence sparking a well-needed conversation to me. Like, I was struggling, like, just being around so many people that just were similar to me, that looked black like me, but they were on different levels mentally about their blackness. And so it was a well-needed conversation that needed to happen for me, and on the question of what it meant to be black. And after many interruptions, because we were at the counter and stuff, just chilling out, both of us concluded that to be born black is to be born naked. And to be born naked is to be born with nothing tangible, nothing more than the glow of the spirit realm from whence you came. No manuals, no scripts, no blueprints, no blue jeans, no t-shirts, no directions. You just are. And my strong opinions on being black coincide aggressively and untamed with being uncontrollably colored, like my friend's book. In my opinion, the uncontrollable colored is colorless, simply and unapologetically effortless in living while colored. And to me, the uncontrolled colored encourages reflection and acceptance on being colored. As I reflect on growing up while black, raised by West Indian, Southern antebellum Philadelphian blacks, I am reminded of the colors of my life. And they colors bored me and tore me a new asshole. They colors were still cut like oats. And they colors made me feel it every time I looked into the mirror. Difficulties, triumph, abuse, beatings, broken, happy, tragedy, loss, street, violence, hood, lost, found, ends meet, cops, beatings, food stamps, the brown ones, rooftops, jump, double Dutch, West Philly, North Philly, dead bodies, crack, cocaine, snorted up your nose, Malcolm X, park, molestation, in the park, cocaine again, fight, tears, abandoned drill teens, hip hop, welfare cheese, powdered milk, move 9 thrift shops. the cheap ones, the cheap ones. They all take me back to what I once defined as being black. And my strong opinions now spark new ideas. It's like these new ideas include no definitions at all that adequately describe my own blackness. Because I believe to define only hinders. Now, being a person who was privileged to know colorful blacks from pale to purple, from Russia to Ghana, the one connection that binds us seems to be that one connection that opposes us. And that is creation. Like everybody has a creation myth. But creation, we all came from creation, in my opinion. Created from black. Okay? Darkness. Our light comes from the dark. Bursts from the dark. Now, as I conclude my assessment on the journey of living and feeling while being black, I must make sure my position is clear. I assure you that being alive while being black or uncontrollably colored has no dichotomy. These two are not distant relatives, in my opinion. It is not dependent on popular culture's beliefs, does not embrace nor segregate itself from baleful images on describing what is black. Nor is black difficulty. I believe that as I've taken some time to explain, no explanation is worth more than one experiencing this on being black or uncontrollably colored themselves. It's like my opinions on being black are refreshing and they cool me down. Exactly how I feel chilled out after I hear kids talk about things they care about. It's like this innocence, this unknowing of sorts. So I digress in peace, and I hope that you digress in peace too. And Gabby Douglas, keep your head up, beautiful. All the Gabby Douglases out there, please be you. You are a superstar. Peace.